Hey everybody, this is Leetcode SQL question 183, customers who never order. This is a easy question and I'll be using the Postgres dialect for this. And let's just read the question. So I've got a customers table here and it has two columns. We've got an ID column and a name column. And ID is the primary key and the name just stores the name of the customer. And we have an orders table here, which also has two columns, and one is the ID of the table, which is the primary key, and then we've got the customer ID, which is like a foreign key, which kind of links, and that's the column that links the customer and the order, right? And we're asked to find a solution or write a SQL to find all the customers who never order anything, right? So essentially, when we try and connect these tables, we need to find all the customers who does not have a record in the orders table, and we can turn the result in any order. That's fine. The result format is in the following example. So we've got a customers table here, we've got an orders table, and if you look at this, we have customer IDs with 1 and 3. So Joe and Sam has ordered something and they have their records, respective records in the orders table, and we return just Henry and Max here in the output, right? Because they do not have an order record in the orders table. So what I'm going to use is the join technique to kind of connect these two tables. So I'm going to say, and I know the question says I have to return the customer names, right? So I'm going to say select c.name as customers from the customers table, and this from customers, and give a alias as c, and then I'm going to do join, right? Now how do I know what to join, right? Like, or what type of join to apply here? So I've got the customers table and the orders table, and they've asked us to return all the customers except for some condition, right? Which means there has to be some filtering, but we need to kind of return all the customers. And so I kind of need to apply left join, where like join with respect to all the customers, and now we join to the orders table, and let me just give an alias O and say on what do I want to join. Obviously the c.id or the customer ID and the respective customer ID in the orders table, which is customer ID, right? So I'm going to say ordered customer ID. Now we just need to, now that we have created all the left join, all the possibilities for each customer, we try and map it to the customer IDs. And what we need to do is to filter all the records where the customer ID is now, right? So when we try and join the table, there will be records where saying, hey, for this specific customer ID, I couldn't find the record. So I'm going to say the customer ID is going to be null, right? So I kind of know, hey, I'm going to apply a bad condition. I'm going to say all dot customer ID is null. Cool. So if I try and run this, let's just try and run this. And the test case has been accepted. Let me just submit and see if this is working fine. And like it's our solution just accepts, right? So it has passed all the test cases. This is an extremely easy question. There's one more method where you can just find all the IDs where there isn't any IDs of the customers, but I feel like the left join technique is kind of much better in this case scenario. Thank you so much for watching.